Do you remember looking up to someone when you were growing up? Someone who made a big difference in your life and that one day you wanted to be just like them? Unfortunately, some children don't have that opportunity to find a positive role model in their life, let alone have someone help them be prepared to enter school ready to learn. Did you know that for every 50 children who do not learn to read in kindergarten, 44 will still be struggling in 3rd grade? Every year in Marion County, we have 250 to 500 children who start kindergarten who cannot identify a single letter of the alphabet. Crazy, right? But it is true. Something as simple as our ABCs can be taken for granted. Sure, we can point the finger, we can blame the parents, we can blame society, but that is not going to change that child's life. People change lives. Volunteers change lives. UnitedWay of Marion County, along with 9 other communities throughout the state of Florida, are committed to changing these statistics and move the needle. But we need your help. UnitedWay is looking for volunteers to commit 1 hour a week or 2 30-minute sessions for 25 weeks to spend reading with a child. Training and all the materials will be provided to anyone who signs up. It's really that easy.
Well, first of all, I love to read. I read anything and everything and always have. And then when you throw kindergartners into it, it's like, what a way to start the day. So it just had to be done. Before I even get to the classroom, if they're in the gym, then you hear them saying, "Reading pals, reading pals," and they have to keep them in the gym. It's like, okay, you can stick your chest out. It's like somebody really recognizes you. So it gives me more probably than they get. Well, I remember when I was a child, and I remember at 5 years old, my teacher saying you can go any place in the world in a book. And I grew up in the projects, and there wasn't a chance to go places, but those books took me every place in the world, literally. Places I could never even dream of being. I've been, I felt it, it taught me creativity. And then to sit in a room and hear the Sheriff's Department say they determine how many jails are needed based on children reading in the kindergarten level, it's like, we got to turn this around.
We give struggling kindergartners just extra reading, phonics, and math support, and the Reading Pals is just an extension of that. We have some very sweet volunteers that come in, and the kids get to apply all what they've learned through us with them. You know, they get to see the letters we're learning, the sight words we're learning, they're getting the basic comprehension questions, and their love of reading is coming to life because they see it's just not what we do in the classroom. It's like, oh, these letters and words do exist somewhere else. So they really, really enjoy this program. My favorite part is that they get to take the books home. They might not read it tomorrow, they might not read it the next week, but on one of those rainy days, you know, they'll see that book and they'll look at it, they'll be able to read it now, and they'll remember those conversations, the interactions that they had with the Reading Pals. This is an experience that these kids aren't ever going to forget.
One thing I really need to stress is I look at the volunteers, and we're blessed that there are well over 100 people who have volunteered, but amongst them, the men are outnumbered by the women 10 to 1. And it is so important for men to be involved in this. Half of each class is made up of boys, and not just boys, all the children need a male in their lives who cares. And I don't mean that they don't have that somewhere else, but I think in the classroom, it sends a message to the whole class that says, you know what, men do this too. It's not just women's work, it's not just ladies that teach us and that care about us and that work with us, but there are men who come in and do that. And you never stand taller than when you reach down to a child.
The fact is, children who are reading at grade level by the 4th grade are 4 times more likely to graduate from high school. We know that children stop learning to read by 3rd grade. After that, they are reading to learn. UnitedWay is committed to helping children achieve their potential by making sure they are reading on grade level by 3rd grade. And we could not do it without volunteers like you. For more information on how you can get involved, call the UnitedWay at 732-9696.